Good evening, dear viewers, and welcome to the News Bulletin at 8, brought to you by our number one news provider, Eswatini TV. I am Nondomiso Vilagati alongside Zamanzi Manze. First, let's take a look at our headlines. The Bukani ceremony has been postponed to the month of March. The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade says government is committed to helping local businesses grow. 22 young people from Mbabane have graduated under the Junior Achievement Entrepreneurship Mentorship Program in collaboration with the Mbabane City Council. The news. The Bukani ceremony has been postponed to the month of March. The new development was announced by Indvuna Tango in the Hoho region on behalf of their majesties.
Yes, Anna! Lalela! Sikutshela tindzaba yetibiye enkosini! Uyesana! Uthokandaba! Lutsango lonke lakahoho! Aliphelele esigodlweni! Ebuhleni! Undlovu lwenkulu! Luphelele nebugani bakhe! Mhlatili 11 kuyosi mhlatili 12 engomeni yakhe mhlatili 13 ayachithe mabutho usho njalo umsathu omnyama kubakala uthuli ulodumandaba asembelembeleni ulodumandaba asemampontweni ayethe wena phakathi wena phakathi.
The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mancoba Khumalo, says government is committed to helping local businesses grow. Khumalo said this during his tour of the fish factory in Matapa on Thursday. The minister says the purpose of the tour was to see how government can assist the company in its expansion plans.
Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade, Mancoba Khumalo, toured the fridge factory in Matapa on Thursday. The minister says they wanted to learn about the company's growth plans and see how they can assist it.
It has been very impressive and educational for us to see and observe the highly technical operation that you have and the enormity of what you do here. We've learned that you employ upwards of 500 people in this factory, and you make fridges of all types and across a wide range, commercial fridges as well as household fridges, and you sell these across our borders, particularly across the African market, and you've got some global companies that are actually partnering with you for you to create their branded fridges. We are also encouraged by the realization that your business is growing and your business is expanding, and we are here to say, as a ministry and as the government of the Kingdom of Eswatini, we will avail ourselves to support you as you think about your expansion plans and your growth plans. It is clear from what we've seen that your market is growing, and you are getting to a point where your factory may end up being too small for what you want to do in the future. Our doors are open. Let's please talk around how we can support your growth.
The fridge factory chief executive officer, Peter McCullough, says they are happy with the minister's visit.
We're very proud of what we manufacture here in Swaziland, and we believe that we have a long future in this country, and we'd like to see our company growing some further.
During the minister's tour, he was taken to the factory where he was taken through the process of assembling a fridge. This company says it produces around 10,000 fridges a month. Some of these are exported to other African countries like Nigeria. Exporting finished products as opposed to selling raw material is what government encourages, as it has a positive impact on the economy. For Eswatini TV News, Timgosima Vimbela, Matapa.
Director of Health Services Dr. Avusima Kakula says the ministry is willing to engage some of the health workers who were contracted by the ministry during the outbreak of COVID-19. Dr. Makakula said this when giving reasons why the workers were not informed in time that their contracts would not be renewed.
Health workers who were engaged by the Ministry of Health during the outbreak of COVID-19 have raised concerns over the non-renewal of their contracts. The health workers complained that they were not informed in time that their contract will not be renewed. These ones were engaged in the year 2021. One of the aggrieved workers who spoke to Eswatini TV Anonymous say they only learned about the non-renewal of their contracts through a text message.
Solo kwendekile laba abaqala labaqashwa kuqala ebheji yokuqala yaqashwa 2020 babavusela bona icontract ngalo 2021 March but abafunanga incwadi abafunanga nokuthi babhale something so bavuselwa incwadi because icontract yabo bengasho vele ukuthi batavusela so we were expecting nathi ukuthi kutawendeka the same njengoba kwendeka nakubo nathi nganyalo ngalo 2022 February zivuselwe inanga contract so but into le yendekile kuthi de ngalo 31 sayimsebenzini so sathola i-WhatsApp message lethi entambama kusasa singabuye esikoleni singabuye emsebenzini.
Director of Health Services Dr. Makakula says the ministry is aware about the issue of the workers, adding that some of the contracts will be renewed.
Besathi nawo ukuthi isebenzise tonke besikelele ama-extension ngoba seliqhubeka le COVID ukuthi ayophela mhla ka-31 March. Kanti ukhona labo lebe bangenile bona before ama-contract abo aphela no-31 January. Phela na usayinile i-contract nawe uyathi ukuthi yami i-contract iphela nini uyabe uyasho ukuthi awu my contract yami iyaphela mhla ka-31 January ngento kanjani unga-assume nje lokuthi uyaqhubeka. Kwesibili nalo manager on the ground nyalo kulama facilities naye nguye ofuna bese kube yakubita asho ukuthi njengamanje i-contract yakho iyaphela mhla ka-31.
Dr. Makakula says if it was not for financial constraints, all the workers were going to be employed. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, Mbabane.
22 young people from Mbabane have graduated under the Junior Achievement Entrepreneurship Mentorship Program in collaboration with Mbabane City Council. Speaking during the graduation ceremony at Mbabane City Council, Junior Achievement Executive Director Petile Masilela has encouraged them to ensure their businesses are sustainable.
In an effort to help young people establish sustainable businesses, Junior Achievement and the Mbabane City Council has trained 22 youth under their Entrepreneurship Mentorship Program. Speaking during the graduation ceremony held at the City Council, Junior Achievements Executive Director Petile Masilela congratulates the entrepreneurs. She encourages them to keep a positive spirit and never give up on their businesses.
I just want to congratulate all of you for finishing the program. I know it's Axigo Lula, especially the party, Wakai business plan, that is where everyone gets challenged. But for you to understand the business plan and how do you really unpack it in a space of 5 minutes when you are presenting to a possible investor, that's a very good skill.
The Chief Executive Officer of Mbabane City Council, Gideon Hlongo, says it is always their wish to help the youth in Mbabane, seeing the high unemployment rate. He continues to say, as a municipality, they wish they could do more, however, they are limited by resources. He further says this does not mean they will stop to better the lives of the youth in the city.
But you have a potential, you have a long way to go. Since I support a good logo, Nani realize your dreams. Because you are born unemployment in good. Now development in Babane, almost every other person of Langana, unemployed. We recognize that. We wish we could do more. Let us stay. My resources are limited.
Mduduzi Mnina, one of the graduates, says being under the program has really helped in the growth of his business.
But through mentorship yaka-JA ngelisito lakamasipala, I think the past year has been fruitful to everyone. And I think every young person lokhona lana ngemva kwami can attest to the advantages leswatfolile, the clients we've met, and a lot of people that are willing to help us. And my company, Netizen, which is an IT company, has been able to even get partners in South Africa.
Junior Achievement promises to monitor the progress of the businesses. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Ndlangamandla with Vuminkosi Nzinisa Mbabane.
South African sales coach, life coach and international motivational speaker Sachin Govender is in the Kingdom of Eswatini. Govender is in the country to motivate people and also empower them in business. The young millionaire is on an international tour and is expected to leave Eswatini on Saturday.
Govender is a young South African sales coach, life coach and international motivational speaker. Some news sources describe him as one of South Africa's young millionaires. Govender is in the Kingdom of Eswatini to motivate and empower people in business. He says he is on an international tour and he opted to kickstart it in the Kingdom of Eswatini as this country is like home to him.
My mission is very simple. I want to help everyone in Africa become financially free. And if I can't help them become financially free, I want them to learn the skill sets on how they can become financially free. You know what they say, if you keep feeding someone the fish, they will never ever learn on how to actually catch the fish themselves. But if you teach them how to fish once, they immediately know and they know where to go and how to do it, and they can fish for the rest of their life. So my mission and goal is to teach the skill sets of how you can actually go out there today and literally take yourself from where you are to where you dream and where you desire to be. Because I came from humble beginnings. You know, the very first time I came out to Eswatini, I was probably in like 19, 20 years old. And I wasn't making the type of money that I'm making today. I didn't have the growth in my business today. But I always came out here with the same vision. And I kept coming out here. Maybe every single year, and obviously through COVID, I wasn't here as much as I wanted to. But I kept coming out here because I believe in the people.
Govender says he wants to see Emaswati and other people grow in business and live a better life. He is expected to address about 150 people while in the country at Happy Valley Hotel. For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Fortune Dlangamandla, Ezulwini.
Government, through micro-projects, has drilled boreholes in 21 schools around the country, costing approximately 4 million emalangeni this year. Head of the Water Department at Micro-Projects, Makosi Lamini, says government has made sure that all schools around the country have clean water to ensure good hygiene.
Government continues to make hygiene a priority in schools as 21 boreholes have been installed in different schools around the country. This is according to Makosi Dlamini, who heads the Water Department at Micro Projects. He says all their projects are commissioned by the different ministries, with this one by the Ministry of Education. He says the boreholes installed in the 21 schools have been done this year alone and they cost about 4 million emalangeni. Dlamini further says in total, government has allocated 5 million emalangeni for the project.
Sisebente kahle sis bebasithume ekutikolo letishumi nakunye 21 ukuthi siyoba surveyela ema-borehole uma ukhanza ukuthi akhona lamathuba ukuthi sithole imali sibadrilele wona mokhanza ukuthi siyabhobola bese sipump test or borehole testing bese watfola lamanti bese ke sesiya develop okusho ukuthi sesifaka le system yalamanti latikolweni. So bekunglelo hlelo lolo silwendile i-ministry beyisinikete imali engangetigidi letisihlanu 5 million. Sisasebenzisa lona nje but kungunyalo sesimspendile about 4 million.
Dlamini says they will continue bringing clean water to schools through government's instruction. For Eswatini TV News, Nelson Dlangamandla with Vuminkosi Nzinisa Mbabane.
Businessman Walter Bennett says there's a need to make changes in the government scholarship agreement. Bennett says these changes should enable government to deduct money from a student's allowance if he or she does not attend lectures, just like in the professional no work, no pay rule. Bennett has also commended Swazi National High School pupils for refusing to join a protest on Tuesday.
Businessman Walter Bennett says someone is using students for political reasons. Bennett says it is high time government makes changes to its scholarship agreement so to ensure that students do not miss out on classes for no valid reason.
Sekufutele phanathi singihulumende njengoba nje nami ngidumisa ngidawugcina ngako singihulumende sikubuke lo lapha nasenda lezivumelwano sale scholarship uma usisebenza uqashiwa ukwemsebenzini no work no pay yabona usisebenza ushuqiswa inyonyane yakho kwaba nemonakalo edolobheni sikhulumisa inyonyane e-university kune SRC letitulo bese tiyalimala emafastelo tithombe takangwane tebukhosi setingena hapi kulokuthi phela wena khona lo ngakuboni akuhambisani nawe bese wenda lokho abalandzekele imali yalomonakalo kulaba abathumile awukho kithi e-university kuvaliwe siyadidacta kule allowance ngoba ungathi sengunikile imali yekufundza bese uphindze futhi uyabulala tindlu awukho emsebenzini wakho la ufundza khona umsebenzi wakho.
Bennett also warned against burning of infrastructure.
Nangabe bantwana e-university sebafuna ukuthatha tindzaba batithi zhi ipolitiki abathathe zhi nale mali lephuma emaswatini labafundza ngayo sibone ukuthi ke singendani lokunye lokungaphatheka ngoba lapha akusafundzeki kusekusho batali bathi batali ebantwana bethu vele nase ba university ngcono baye ngalento asifana ngoba lapha kufundwa la kancane kancane sekushukiwe bathunywa abantu labadzala basetshenziswa abantu labadzala kepha labantwana ke ubasoma ngani ke soma ngedlaba violence get out phumani emaklasi siphumela e-university nakona kube ngileso.
Bennett also commended Swazi National High School pupils, the head teacher and school committee following reports that learners refused to join a protest on Tuesday.
Labantwana basikhombela okukhulu lesikolo sifanele kwekuthi naso sinikwe certificate ufake nazukana la ngemva utho school committee siyabonga na chairman tishela lomkhulu siyabonga na chairman libandla labo head teacher nani siyabonga lo moya lo sifuna lo tishela lona lomkhulu lo utele lo moya lo nje angathi bese uyafika nabo nasesigcaweni.
For Eswatini TV News, Temgosi Mavimbela with Muzim Konda, Mbabane.
Heavy machinery was burnt on the MR3 highway from Manzini to Mbadlane, and a number of motor vehicles were also burnt at a garage in Manzini. Deputy Police Information and Communications Officer Nosipho Mnguni says there are no arrests yet regarding the two incidents.
Whether the damage has not been ascertained at the time of compiling the report, at Helehele on MR3 highway, a tractor and its trailer and a TLB were burnt into ashes, while another tractor and a pneumatic roller were partially burnt. Eswatini TV News gathered that 4 arsonists burnt the heavy plant at around 3 a.m., while 2 of them were armed with guns. The machinery were under the supervision of 4 security guards who were beaten, and 1 of them was admitted at a health facility. After setting alight the heavy plants, the arsonists are reported to have drove away. On the other hand, a number of motor vehicles at Sacro Garage were set on fire by unknown people. It is said that there were 3, and all of them were allegedly armed with guns. The night watchmen had to hide and watch while the motor vehicles were burnt down. The Deputy Police Information and Communications Officer, Nosipho Mnguni, confirms the burning of the heavy plants and the motor vehicles. She says no arrests have been made while investigations are still underway. She reminds the Maswati that burning of structures is a crime.
siyakhulumisana kumbe nalabo labathintekile kulo monakalo ubona basatasinika ukuthi ingabe kumbe impahla lelimele ibenganani. Siyabonga kumnyama cha kusethe lesibabophile kodwa nje siyachubeka nekuphela. Singamaphatheli ngasenza kusho ukuthi kubantu siyacela siyabona ukuthi nakulo monakalo uphinde uvulile namuhla siyacela nje ukuchubeka sikhuthe ukuthi nekuphela lokwebeka kokubuqala siyacela nje abantu abayihloniphe phela impahla yomuntu ngoba siyathi ukuthi lokhu kulidela esile nomnotho welizwe ukuthi soyalimala.
Mnguni encourages Amaswati who might have information which may lead to the arrest of the arsonists to come forward. For Eswatini TV News, Fortune Dlangamandla, Manzini.
Dear viewers, and now take a look at our financial updates.
Standard Bank. It can be.
Welcome back. You're still watching Eswatini TV, and for your sports news tonight, Mabane Highlanders goalkeeper Kanyagweze Shabalala and Themba Dlala from Singizini under National First Division are the two best players for the month of January. The two players received their awards at Sigwaca House in Mbabane.
Premier League of Eswatini, in conjunction with their title sponsor MTN Eswatini, awarded the best player for the month of January, both in the Premier League and National First Division respectively. Kanyagweze Shabalala, who is Mbabane Highlanders goalkeeper, walked away with the January Premier League award with a package worth 6,000 emarangeni.
Ngicabanga the attitude ishintshe kakhulu. Each and every player unale winning mentality ufuna kuwina. Ngicabanga ukuthi kushintshe lokho uma kusiya ukuthi dininga ukuthi kushintshe nje le attitude.
Under the National First Division category, Themba Dlala from Singizini FC walked away with the award for the month of January with a package worth 2,000 emalangeni.
Ngetengathi ukuthi ngaba ngilokhu nganani but lengakuchazela kona mina ngiloko ndiwe ngimi nami lokubeka itarget yami nje.
Both MTN and Premier League applauded the two players as they have now entered the race for the player of the series. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera, pictures by Patrice Msibi, Mbabane.
Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association has handed over packages with 10,000 malangeni to two organizations being Ilapentboy Foundation and Bulembu Ministries. The Olympic movement says this is one way of giving back to the community. The handover event was held at Olympia Africa, Lobamba.
Last year in 2021, during the arrival of the Queen's Baton Relay, the Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association partnered with different organizations, including Ilapentboy Foundation and Bulemo Ministries, where the mandate was to ensure that the relay does at least reach different parts of the country. In one way, the Olympic Commonwealth Games Association is giving way back to the community. They have decided to hand over items and money that is equivalent to 10,000 emarangeni. Eswatini Olympic Commonwealth Games Association Chief Executive Officer Maxwell Jere says this is a sign that the organization and these other different stakeholders will have a long way in their working relations.
Partnership that has started with the Olympic movement, we are actually hoping that this is the start for big things to come. At Bulembu, having been there, it's a very, very nice community with a number of people. And we're also hoping to take some of our sporting codes to Bulembu to ensure that the youth and the adults are also kept busy. He is operating soup kitchens. We hope you all the best.
The two representatives from the two organizations who got the items here at the Olympic Center at Lobamba, being Ilapentboy Foundation and Bulembu Ministries, they also expressed their gratitude to the Olympic Commonwealth Games Association.
Appreciate all the support that we're getting. We're supporting many kids. We're trying to feed about 500 kids per week to make sure that we're playing our role in making sure no child goes to sleep on an empty stomach. So we request the public to continue joining us, continue feeding kids, and a community can raise a child.
Thank you very much to the Olympic Association for the support. It was a privilege to be part of the Queen's Baton event. It was a wonderful event that our children were able to take part in. We know it doesn't come around often, so it really is a privilege. We appreciate the support we received today,
The kind gesture behind this donation is a reminder that the 2022 Commonwealth Games are upon us, as we expect them to start on the 28th of July to the 8th of August in Birmingham in the United Kingdom. For Eswatini TV Sports, Fabrice Msonera with Linda Dlamini, Lobamba.
That is all we had for tonight, but before we wrap up, let us take a quick recap of today's headlines. The Bukani ceremony has been postponed to the month of March. The Minister of Commerce, Industry and Trade says government is committed to helping local businesses grow. 22 young people from Mbabane have graduated under the Junior Achievement Entrepreneurship Mentorship Program in collaboration with the Mbabane City Council. That brings us to the end of our news bulletin tonight. Up next is the weather forecast for selected towns. Good night, Eswatini.